So now I know how to work this thing. How please work.
You know that. Other.
Honey worker.
Okay, there. Okay. Gotta get me one of these. I'd like to start off by saying that I'm Tata and I teach. So I'll have to argue with what you said a while ago, that if you that if you're a teacher and if you want to uplift the standards of education, then the book club is not for you. But I do agree with you in everything else. Like you need a community of readers. It's not an isolated activity. You need a community of readers to affirm the power of words and the fact that reading does change lives. And wow, you know how great it is to stand in front of a group of people, and when I just said those words, about the power of words, how reading can change your life, you don't look at me like I'm speaking French or an alien language. You know why? Because anyone who's ever taught can say that if you stand in front of a classroom, like just a while ago, I told my students, "Oh, I'm sorry, I won't be meeting you for English class from 2 to 3 because I'll be at the Manila Book Fair." And they're like, "What?" And then I said, okay. So I enrolled it on the board, and I said, "Oh, you know what? It's like Christmas. It's September." And I was drooling already. I tried to wipe the drool off when I teach, but I can't hide it. Oh my God, it's like, and then you're a teacher and you can't say orgasmic, so you have to do it. You have to say, it's just so, and then you have to resort to awesome and epic, and but the kids, they're like, Miss, yes, Miss, if we go to the book fair, Miss, will you get a plus? Yeah, it's the classic attitude of the typical Pinoy youth. So I think Miss Honey can also experience this. It doesn't really matter what school it is, whether it's a private school or a public school. I think the statistics speak for themselves. Our kids today they can read. They're literate. They know their ABCs, but they choose not to read. And so I think that we, as a community of readers, I think it's very important. And I think this is one of the venues where we can do this, is that it's very important for us to inculcate that love for reading, because we have it. And the fact that you're here in this room means you have it. And the organizers epitomize that. The fact that they will go through such lengths to organize something like this. But we have to share it. We can't just relax and say, "Oh, this is great." We have to, I think we have to recognize that there are still a large majority of Filipino readers. They can read it. When I say readers, they can read. It's just that they're illiterate. They choose not to read. And so I think book clubs, in this way, Ex Libris Philippines, that's just our small way of trying to promote the simple love for reading. And the fact that reading is not something viewed as homework, or the fact that even in college, I shifted from architecture to creative writing in UP. And one of the things that shocked me was I had batchmates who did not read. They will not read anything that is not required. And yes, by the look of shock on some of your faces, you'll say, "What?" It's true. It's really true. And those few who do read, and this is one of the reasons why we got together in college to form what used to be then Ex Libris UP, because Ex Libris Philippines started out as a college book club. Why? Because in UP Diliman, there were a lot of clubs for the English language. There were several writing clubs. And strangely enough, there was not a single book club then that really focused on books and the love of reading per se. And so a few friends and I got together and we founded the college club. One of the reasons why also that we founded that is that in CAL, College of Arts and Letters, and that is why what our keynote speakers, what he said a while ago, really resonated within me. It's very true that you are judged by what you read or what you claim to read. I distinctly remember one time in Butch Delisai's fiction class, he asked all of us, "So you're a creative writing major, what are you doing here? What do you read?" And then you know, as each member of the class spoke, and they were saying things like, Derrida, so sorry. And I was like, what? Like, I read Lisa Kleypas. So, okay. Romance. Yes, I read romance. And back then, I felt this pressure. I read Robert E. Howard. I read Conan, and Conan rocks. And I read Orson Scott Card. I read all sorts of things, and you know, you really feel that sense of, you know, highbrow, lowbrow, what's trash and what's not, and oh, it's not in the canon with the k. So, my turn came, and I said what I read, and gosh dang it, this is true. People looked at me differently. Oh my God. Okay, so 2 reasons why we founded Ex Libris Philippines is 1, to inculcate a love for reading, and to prove that reading is hip, reading is fun, and reading is not for geeks. And 2, so that we can have a place where we can just meet and talk about books and just relax, and you will not be judged. Well, yeah, you won't. Not really. You won't. Because some of our members are of the highbrow type, and they're given the same attention and the same love and the same comments. You know, it's all very informal. We have a member who's a lawyer by profession, so PJ, he's in Japan right now. Whenever he brings a book, we already know it's going to be on either 2 things: law, philosophy, something nosebleedable. So yeah, but you know, we really listen, and we learn a lot. And then we have members like myself, and who sometimes really we have the gall to come to a book club meeting with a romance book. Yes, and it just feels so good to be able to talk about any kind of book and to be accepted for who and what you read. So yeah, so I will press this. Yeah, hey. So the how and the why. In January of 2007, we decided to expand from a college org to an NGO. So we got our papers together, had them processed with the SEC, so that we could have an identity, establish an identity, and that we could work outside of the University of the Philippines system. So we could be more flexible as well with our other projects. And okay, one of the other reasons why we put up the NGO is because we believe that, you know, like what I said a while ago, there's got to be more. Yes, we read. Yes, we enjoy each other's company. But the reason why I'm very excited about something like this is because when people meet and when people have a common goal, we can really achieve a lot. And one of the things that our NGO does is, you know, we try to pool our different interests and different talents together, and we try to help out in our own small way. More on that later. So we believe that the heroism found in books may be lived out in real life. That was coined by our member, Nicole, who's also a creative writing graduate. So she knows what she went through, what I went through. The judgment, the scars. Okay, so here. There we go. Okay, this is what she wrote. We believe in real-life heroes. These guys aren't dressed up in bold-colored tights or endowed with lightning speed reflexes. Neither superhuman strength nor immortality gives them advantage over adversaries. But by the very lack of world-saving abilities, real-life heroes emerge superior. An NGO of book enthusiasts established in January 2007, we believe that the heroism found in our favorite books may be lived out in real life. We actually do have a member who speaks English. And, on one of our very first projects, fundraising for a scholarship, he was very psyched, and he was saying, "Wow, I feel like I can't explain it. It's like melanin." So, my friend in English, he feels like what we read about, we're actually trying to do it in our lives. So it's awesome. Oh no, I'm talking like a high school student. Okay, so the Ex Libris Scholarship Project is our NGO's way of doing that. So by pledging, this is actually just a bit of context. I'm not asking for your cash. This is what Nicole, our member, wrote during on a pamphlet of ours, which was distributed on one of our various fundraising projects. So yeah. Okay, so that means you can help someone stick his nose where it belongs. Why? In a book, of course, and grow into the person he has set out to be. That's us. Oh,
we're only, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're only 6 members because we went to Baguio. It was our Baguio book session. Unfortunately, some of our members couldn't come. At our peak, we're actually an offline book club, so at our peak, we're only 15. And until now, we have 10 members. I don't count the inactive ones because they're the ones who went to England. We have one in England, we have one in Japan, and we have one who's missing. He's not showing up in our book discussions anymore. So we have 10 active members. So who we are and what we do. It's us.